if you work at any other thing.
He's been called everything from a meddler, a gadfly, and even a pain in the neck. But today, Arthur West will settle for this title.
Open government activist, I guess.
There we go.
They've called me a lot of other things, but I think that is the best one.
He's the man behind several lawsuits against government agencies. The most recent, a battle against the Port of Tacoma, where the port will now have to cough up $159,000, the maximum penalty.
Well, the government withholding records is always bad for the citizens.
Here's some background. In 2016, a Tacoma citizens group led by Sherry Brockwinkle tried to get an initiative on the ballot that would require a public vote on businesses that wanted to build and use large volumes of water in Tacoma.
This whole thing was all about who has the rights over the water, the people or the industry.
The initiative aimed to put a halt to the proposed methanol plant and the LNG plant. After the port and other groups challenged it in court, the initiative didn't get on the ballot. That's when Arthur West stepped in.
Under the campaign laws, public agencies aren't supposed to get involved in initiative processes.
He filed a public records request to get a bunch of emails between the port and other agencies. But the port didn't hand over all of the documents it should have. And when it did, it was 410 days after the fact.
The Port of Tacoma had engaged in actual campaigning with the EDC and the Chamber of Commerce to squash an initiative.
In a decision handed down by a Superior Court judge in Pierce County, it said the port claimed it misinterpreted the request, never asked for clarification, and was grossly negligent. In a statement from the Port of Tacoma, a spokesperson wrote in part, quote, "We have a disciplined system to respond to public records requests. We are disappointed in the ruling, especially since we rectified the response as soon as we realized we had overlooked a few records." For Arthur, those overlooked documents resulted in victory.
This is probably one of the most egregious cases I've seen.
In Tacoma, Jenna Hanchard, King 5 News.